the liaison to the Art and Social Committee. Also, I have my monthly reminder, please slow down. Also, we're going to be sending out CCNR changes at some point this year. They're almost done with legal, so I know we've tried to pull the trigger on this a couple times. CCNR changes. So those will go out in the mail. Then we'll have more information on that on the daily report and on the website and at the front desk when that does happen. Also, that's coming up fairly soon. It's that time for the age verification process to start all over again. I know we're not getting any younger, but the government doesn't know that apparently, so we have to keep filling these ones out every 2 years. And that is my announcement.
Before we get started, I have an announcement to make also. As some of you may know, during the closed board session, one of the topics we discuss are legal matters that affect our association and how we do business. This morning, we spent an hour on the phone with our lawyer talking about Exhibit F, which has significant legal connotations attached to it. I'm not sure at the end of the hour if we're going to be smarter than we were before we started talking to the lawyer, or more confused. But the one thing all of us agreed on is we're not ready to proceed with a vote on Exhibit F today. We need to rewrite Exhibit F and explain the pros and cons of Exhibit F clearly for all the voters as a standalone issue and send it back out so they are as well informed as we think we are right now in order to make a decision on how they want us to proceed. So it will not be voted on here today. And while those of you who came here intending to talk at the beginning of the meeting about that may certainly go ahead and do it today, you may want to hold off till a later time when it comes back for a vote. That's your option. So that's what will be happening today.
Thank you. And next on the agenda is our homeowner input. As a reminder, this is limited to 3 minutes per homeowner, and only one request to speak more may be submitted per homeowner. There will be no sharing or passing of time with another person. Homeowner input may be held for a maximum period of 30 minutes before the board meeting begins to allow the board to proceed with the business portion of the meeting. This portion of the meeting is limited to board participation only. Residents are welcome and encouraged to stay for the full meeting to witness the business of the corporation taking place by directing agents. As I'm sure everybody knows, I've got a time, so I'll try to make them randomly in. First it is Paul Griffin.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Rippo, and my wife Carol and I are owners of 464 Harbor Beach. Today I want to address a recent proposal by the Architectural Review Committee to eliminate Exhibit F from the Four Seasons Beaumont Architectural Rules and Guidelines. I have no doubt that this proposal grew out of a complaint that my wife and I filed in January of this year, complaining that our neighbor directly behind us, Mr. Steve Cooley, refused to maintain his slope. Mr. Cooley now happens to be the chair of the Architectural Review Committee. The reason for this complaint was that Mr. Cooley's slope was so poorly maintained that there were waist-high weeds and accompanying burrs blowing into our yard directly from Mr. Cooley's. And there is no ground cover on the slope as required to prevent soil erosion, which directly affects my property. If anyone is interested in the details of the complaint, I'd be happy to talk to you after the meeting. Our general manager, Eric Czar, came out to look at the situation, but since then I've had no response committee or anyone else regarding our complaint resolution. And Mr. Cooley's slope still remains unmaintained. Well, I guess I got my answer today. How convenient that the Architectural Review Committee is proposing to eliminate exhibit, the very rule that its chairman refuses to comply with. And how convenient that Mr. Cooley's wife, who is now treasurer, is a voting member of the Four Seasons Board. I'd like to point out that my wife isn't speaking today because the board only allows one person from each household to speak at these meetings. Yet Mr. Cooley gets to propose, and Ms. Cooley gets to vote on a proposal that would destroy the beauty of Four Seasons, negatively impact property values for many of us. You know, Hovnanian didn't just come up with these guidelines willy-nilly. They put a lot of thought and invested a lot of money into developing a community that would be attractive to current and future buyers. We shouldn't begin to randomly eliminate these rules and guidelines simply because a couple of homeowners don't want to abide by them. Therefore, I'm asking the board for three things. One, that because of her conflict of interest, Mrs. Cooley be recused from voting on this proposal. Number two, that Mr. Cooley resign his position as our chairman because of this deceitful attempt to change the rules because he doesn't want to comply with them and hurt me and other homeowners in the process. In closing, let me say that we gave Mr. Cooley 2 years before we finally filed a complaint. We tried to be good neighbors, and we do our best to comply with HOA rules and guidelines, and would like the same respect from our neighbors. Thank you for this opportunity.
Grace?
My subject is the view. Okay, my name is Grace Germany, Union 459 Rocky Mountain Park. I bought here about 10 years ago, and at the time I paid $40,000 more for a beautiful view up on the hill. And then everything was going fine, and then they changed the models here. And when they changed the models, they came along and they, with all this dirt, they built up another home that cut out half of my view. Well, there's probably nothing I could do about it because Hovnanian wanted to make money on one more home. Okay, so a lot of us up there complained because it didn't just block my view, it blocked everybody on our street from looking at the mountains. Okay, so then they, when the new homes were built, down below my slope, and it's not my slope, it's the slope that it comes up from in front of me, and then below me. Hovnanian built all these trees right at the top, and they come up even up above the wall, and now it blocks my view of the mountains. And I never understand why they don't build trees down below, because what are they doing way at the top? Anyway, that's my issue. One of my neighbors is really nice. I was to train her, but the other 2 neighbors couldn't get you.
Next is Doug Dupree.
Okay, my name is Doug Dupree. My wife and I reside at 376 Prospect Park. Many of you are here, and we're limited on time, and many of you probably want to speak. Some of you don't, but are here in support. If you're here and you oppose removing Exhibit F from the guidelines, would you please stand up?
What?
If you oppose removing Exhibit F from the guidelines, stand up. If you don't want to remove Exhibit F, please stand up. Okay. Don't want to remove it, stand up. Okay. Don't want to remove Exhibit F. Problems with removing Exhibit F. There's no board to consider. The ARC's conclusion to simply remove Exhibit F is based on several inaccuracies. People affected by the change were not aware of this proposal. Of the 65 people that we spoke to, homeowners, only 8 people were aware of it. 2 additional people knew about it and asked the association at the association office about it and were told that it was a done deal already, which could be a miscommunication somewhere. But the fact is that most people that were affected by it did not know about it. There was confusion in the document that was posted online and available at the lodge. Page 7 of the document calls for modifying Exhibit F. Page 10 calls for removing it. Which is it? When we purchased our home in 2012, few lots were being advertised. I have a photo of that. It says few lots. And they were advertised as such until April 2015. Exhibit F was in place in the guidelines when we purchased and was the guiding document for slope planning for residential rear yards. The date of Exhibit F that I was given when we purchased our new lot in 2010 was 2010. In September 2016, Jerry Mugo sent out a letter with Exhibit F attached where she states in the letter, quote, "We recently sent you a mailer with updated architectural guidelines. Unfortunately, the exhibits were not included. We are enclosing these exhibits to keep for reference, for you to keep for reference." Again, proving that Exhibit F was the guiding document for slope planning. According to KHO's community specialist, Michael Werner, a premium lot is defined as larger than normal, an end lot, or having unobstructed views which commands a see-through wrought iron fence to enhance the viewing areas. I don't have a corner lot, and I have a very small lot. We do have a wrought iron fence in the back. In the architectural guidelines now in place, the pre-approved plant list, as well as H3B and H3D, all refer to Exhibit F. Restricted slope planting does not unfairly treat slope owners as the ARC suggests. In fact, these homeowners knew the pitfalls of owning a home with a slope and were able to purchase their home for tens of thousands of dollars less than the few lot owners purchased the same exact house. Okay. Thanks.
Next is Marshall Gorman.
I talk quite fast, I'm an example. It is, of course, been confused. I have a premium lot on the right corner.
There you go.
I have a premium lot on the right corner, and my neighbor, Marsha Gorman. My neighbor is way down, and there hasn't been a problem with my neighbors at all at this point. Let me preface by saying I was chairperson of the ARC committee, and also on the ARC for 4 years, and know exactly, if you read their guidelines, what they can do, and it is in their guidelines, the standards. They should not be doing this. There's no reason that this should even come up. When anyone I knew was on the ARC, we would never have thought of this. This is a complete change that should never happen. We that bought the lots, bought them because of the views only. I know I didn't even like my mom. It was my husband that talked me into my husband that talked me into the view. And to this day, people go into our break room and say, "Oh my God." Now, if somebody is allowed, my neighbor down below, and I don't think he'd do it, but if my neighbor way down below would put cypress trees right on me, what would I have? I would have nothing. Plus, I cost a tremendous value in the house if I go to sell it. So, this is, something that if you were neighborly, you would not have even come up with this.
Yes.
It blows my mind. And that's what I want to say, that I do not believe they have the power to do this. Talking to a lawyer is unbelievable. I think you're going to set yourselves up for, if you do anything like
Class
this.
action
And I just want to tell you that I have the experience, and I know the art committee, and believe me, it should not be happening. And we're sorry, I'm not Steve, but we only served for a year, unless no one else would serve as the chairperson. Now, I'm quite sure it's well over a year with Steve. So that's something that has to be looked at, I believe. And I believe the rest of you that are on the art committee, I don't know who you are anymore, I'm sorry, that you have to really think about this. And when you do something, you think about how it's going to impact your neighbors, every side of the street, and any part of the community. You have to think, how is this going to impact? Not just come out there and say, oh, let's just get rid of Exhibit F, without putting something in instead of it. Just get rid of it. This is absolute nonsense. So, I'm sorry. That's it for me.
Next is Bob Farmer.
Good afternoon. My name is Bob Farmer.
Back into the line.
Live up on 382 Prospect Park. I thought it was interesting when Doug asked for a show of hands or people to stand. That's, I think, spoke well to how confusing this issue is. I think pretty much defined it very well, better than probably any of us could have. Eliminate Exhibit F. If this proposal passes, for my wife and I, our first mistake was believing our sales rep. You see, she told us while Exhibit F would not actually protect Park Vista per se, she said it does regulate the plant and tree regulations for adjoining properties behind us. The second mistake, of course, is that, but for Exhibit F, it is likely that we would have bought a house across the street for several thousands of dollars in doing so. For us and our neighbors, everything in Exhibit F has worked as planned for 6 years. Now the ARC claims that Exhibit F is not valid. While they propose to do away with the exhibit, no viable alternatives are offered. Do they intend for backyard planning to go unregulated? Exhibit F has been used by planners and reviewers for years. This alone speaks to its veracity. It is a contract. If breached, litigation would become the unavoidable remedy. Furthermore, it is important to understand that designs such as these are likely account for a number of things. Wind, fire, slope stability, and maintenance are just a few examples. Now to simply discard this important document would be short-sighted, possibly dangerous. The ARC infers that they have discovered the lost Exhibit F flaw. Instead, however, they simply have it wrong. You see, they claim that Exhibit F refers to guidelines that do not exist, but they have it backwards. The guidelines refer to Exhibit F. Turning to Exhibit F, it then provides the planning guidelines for backyards with slopes. It is self-contained. It provides an example and then gives the requirement for it. All on the same page. What it does not do is refer to the guidelines. It doesn't have to. You see, the actual name of the exhibit is Planting Guidelines. Imagine that. Does the ARC actually believe that allowing unregulated slope planning would solve the problems that it creates? That would be asking a lot. The loss of millions of dollars in property value, unforeseen maintenance issues, and neighborhood wars would first have to be overcome before any gains would be realized. This is Pandora's box. Repeat, this is Pandora's box. The decision is easy: to provide a free benefit to some, or to remove one that was paid for some farmer. Thank you.
My name is Larry Bergman, I live at 5529 Tattersall. Thank you for the opportunity to address this forum. To start with, I do not have a dog in this fight, other than the fact that we can't hear you. I do not have a dog in this fight, other than the fact that Exhibit F is seriously imperfect. There are lots where the exhibit are not prevalent, such as Phase A and the original portion of Phase E. But for the rest of us, the Exhibit F raises questions such as, what is the definition of a slope?
Oh, baloney.
1/2 degree to 45 degrees? The elevation change? The rationale for this exhibit is to protect the view of adjoining lots, and that is important. Yet, a large percentage of the lots within the dock slopes have the 6-foot-high solid wall rear property line, or significant elevation to the lot below. The diagram within Exhibit F assumes a significant elevation change and no solid fencing. If the slope from the house to the property line is less than 20 feet in height, as shown in Exhibit F, plants or trees must not exceed 20-foot high plants. Even that can be a little ambiguous according to the diagram. With a decent slope, whatever it is, the maximum plant height along the slope is 8.5 feet. That's 6 feet plus triangulation trade. Except when you have a fence at the top, which limits it to 2 feet. So you go up the slope, and the fence height is going 2 feet higher. Even with a solid fence, according to Exhibit F. Yet KDOT has planted large trees outside these fences along Four Seasons and other places. The challenge for you and the committees, do not obscure the view of those who pay the premium. Define slope. Develop a reasonable landscaping guidelines. Revise Exhibit F, and this may require more than one diagram. Address the grandfather situations which are abundant in this community. Thank you for your attention.
Before we go on, is there anybody here that actually wants to speak on behalf of doing away with Exhibit F? Thank you.
Next is Bill Guy.
It is on. Very good. I'm trying. My name is Bill Guy. Good morning, or good afternoon, board, Eric, FR, and fellow residents. I'm on here on behalf of the Duplicate Bridge Club. Having a recognized Duplicate Bridge Club is an honor and a privilege. The ACBL is a pride to many senior communities, such as Laguna Leisure World and many Del Webb senior communities. Many see this as a benefit to the community. The club created a place for our minds, meet others, and join in a competitive event. The American Contract Agency is an international, non-profit organization and charity based. In fact, it gave nearly $3 million to charity in 2017. And that does not include the individual clubs raised, what they raised. Our group planned on raising money for local charities such as Beaumont Police for another $1, Carol's Kitchen, San Gregorio Hospital. These are the ones we want to back up. Eliminating this group will cause residents to travel outside and play with ACBL clubs and create hardships on some who are handicapped, and we do have some that are handicapped. Creates very big hardship. The ACBL requires a certified director and that they be paid a fee for the work they do. The director works for the ACBL, and no way do we see her as a vendor. Fees are set by the ACBL, and our director is taking the lowest fee allowed. She puts in 20 to 30 hours a week performing the duties required by the ACBL, as well as extra time in preparing free lessons for all bridge players in the community. She welcomes any residents to
come to the Friday class, if we're allowed to continue, to learn more about the game of bridge, not just duplicate, but bridge. She loves to educate everybody about the game. I do not know anyone who put in this much time for less than half minimum wage. She even made this group an invitational group, and it's not open to outsiders, only the people that we invite. She plans all our dealings with 4 seasoned residents as the first priority, and approved guests as available to give us a competitive game. We play at many other ACBL clubs and have been many new friends. We do not think that 4 seasons should be a community in isolation, as some do. It is important to meet others from outside our community. Most of the clubs invite outside friends and share our great lodge. I feel it is important to continue the practice of sharing and competing with our friends on the outside. I wish all people that feel the same as I do, please stand. Now,
Thank you, Bill. Next is Helen Shoemate.
My name is Helen Shoemate, Gurley. I live at 176 Potter Creek. I've been a resident here for 12 years. I'm going to address my friends and my neighbors, colleague friends. For over 12 years, I have been an active member and leader of the Bridge Group here at Four Seasons. 3 years ago, we expanded our group for the enjoyment of playing duplicate bridge. For many years, bridge has been an important part of my life. It has several attributes for many positive reasons: lifelong friendships, continuing education, companionship, relief of daily stress, and pure enjoyment. For those of us who have both limited social lives, I cannot emphasize how devastating the past few weeks have been. When we were told that our bridge world would be suspended. For instance, much of my time has been devoted to my husband, who is a resident of the lakes for the past 4 years with a diagnosis of dementia and Alzheimer's. I have every reason to believe the board will clearly find a way to reinstate this activity to the many whose lives have been so very seriously affected by the situation. I thank you for your consideration, for your interest, and your time, sincerely. Give it an end from my heart. Thank you.
Next is Gloria Johnson.
My name is Gloria Johnson, and all of us homeowners have recently received a letter from Edison that states that they have a home in a high fire risk area and that California wildfire season is now year-round.
Can't hear you.
Okay, wildfire season is now year-round. I have attached a map from the state. I have prepared a package for the board. I have attached a map from the state that shows very high fire hazard severity zones near Four Seasons. Our community is in, near, and adjacent to wetland areas. California Public Resources Code 4291 states that if you are near or adjacent to wetland areas, You are required to maintain a defensible space of 30 feet around your house. It also includes a checklist for maintenance and a table of spacing between canopies, depending on the degree of the slope. Moderate slopes require 20 feet. The same is stated in the requirements sent to management and the board on November 2017 by Mr. Horner, the fire marshal. You are required, it states, to follow CAL FIRE defensible space requirements. That is 30 feet from structures and 20 feet between canopies. Mr. Horner highlighted in red, this applies to the Four Seasons community. Many trees within our community violate these requirements. We have pine trees 30 to 40 feet tall, no separation between canopies within 10 to 15 feet from homes. Pine trees are undesirable because of their needle litter, volatile oils, and resins. They should not be planted near homes. They should be pruned intensively and spaced wide apart. After Mr. Horner's fire review conditions of approval in November 2017, I received a letter dated November 2017 from Jerry Nuko, previous manager, that the board has decided that upon receipt of CAL FIRE reports, the trees will be maintained and or removed in accordance with the recommendations. This has not happened. The letter from Eric Zara states that the board maintains that the trees planted have been approved by the city. In this board packet, I am enclosing the only landscape plan that seems to exist and on the particular slope, and it shows 7 trees on that corner of Four Seasons Circle and Green Creek, and only one being a pine. The same area has a total of 31 trees, 26 pines, most 40 feet tall, 3 oak trees, a sycamore tree, and a camphor, all growing into each other. It's like a forest out there. I've got pictures attached, and I hope and I expect the committee and the board to address this issue at the next meeting in open session, and let us know why you will not follow these recommendations, and why, if not doing so, you are putting our community at risk.
Dr. Phil Irving.
Hi, I'm Phil Irving, and I see that we have some new board members. We're missing Jerry today. I believe I heard some comments about, and I see on the agenda that item number 11, some of my concerns may be addressed in regards to duplicate bridge and the rules of possibly how many people can come in as guests. I've heard rumors, they'll probably discuss it, but back to duplicate bridge. We understood and have found out that we have called the representatives of duplicate bridge that were advertising online. This advertising online was actually bringing in outside residents to the tune of 4 to 1. There might be 8 residents using duplicate bridge, but there could be 20 to 30 coming in because of the ad. They are supposed to, because they're a group, a national group, ACLB, they're supposed to nationally advertise in the yellow pages and the white pages, and now because of the internet, they're allowed to do that. They were coming into this club, they were coming through the gates. All they had to say was they were members of the Duplicate Bridge Club, and they came through the gates without giving their personal names each time. There was a list of names at the front desk, and when let's say there were 6 members, each one would sponsor 6 people. Many times they didn't even know who was written under their name. These people were allowed to come through the side gate and not through the front gates. We're concerned about the excess use of our club, the wear and tear on the facilities, the liability insurance, the fact that we should have our clubs pretty well contained and not to have over amounts of outsiders coming in, non-residents, ruining the facilities, the carpeting, the painting, the chairs, so forth and so on. We'd like to keep our dues down. We understand we're in arrears a little bit, and we know this board will bring it back to the way it should be. I see that they're going to talk today about possibly, if we ever get there, about the duplicate bridge problem, and maybe the change in rules, the ratio. 1 to 6 is a wonderful rule. I bring my family, my kids, and my uncles or my aunts or whoever. It's a wonderful rule. But when we have a club, when we have an organization or a group, it's a misuse. There's no integrity when you allow 6 total strangers into this facility. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. That concludes the warrant. Next on the agenda is the consent calendar. Purpose of the consent calendar is we're over the 30 minutes. That was the last one.
So you don't want to hear from the people You don't want to hear from people who voted you in.
We're going to do all items for a particular reason, an item needs to be discussed, or pulled from the consent calendar, then a call to remove that item should be made by a board member. On the consent calendar are the minutes from August 9th, financial reports from July 2018, the lien against account number DE-0631-0274-01, no cloud roof application request, a baby shower request for facilities on November 4th of this year, and a celebration on February 2nd of 2019.
Motion to accept the consent calendar.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the consent calendar. All in favor?
Next on the agenda is the report on executive session. The board held an executive session this morning, reviewed delinquencies at 3 member hearings, and reviewed contracts for none that were renewed. The board reviewed delinquencies. Next on the agenda is committee reports. First up is architectural committee.
I recognize the purpose of this meeting and our report with the rest of the board. I'm sorry. I recognize that the purpose of this meeting and this report is to address the board and address the assignments that the board has asked us to do. I want to just wave off that a tiny bit and say that the Architectural Review Committee was requested by the board to review the guidelines to see if they were supported by other documentation. We did. We met for a period of almost 4 months. We invited the community to show up. Nobody showed. That made 3 people. Once we completed that, we turned the information over to the board with the recommendations that we had based upon the conversations we had, the people that we reached out to. The current committee members who were on the committee and aren't now, do not and did not have an agenda for someone to pull some information that's inaccurate or to make up stuff to try and impinge what we did, and our sincerity is unfortunate and uncalled for. The board has, our committee has no agenda other than to provide information to the board. Now, let's go up to what's current.
We had 22 guests, realizing that we probably thought we had 26 and 9, we had 35 applications, we had guests. So we didn't have people show up to walk through their applications. You can see we had 90 applications that were approved. We had 26 addendums, 23 were approved, and we had 2 express exhibits. There were 24 exhibits, 3 which are completed reviews, and we reviewed those, and they were all done. The architectural committee is still looking for members. Nobody wants to input their time. Unfortunately, those of us who try to serve the needs of the community and our board are ending up receiving a lot of complaints and a lot of accusations that simply are not true. This isn't an appropriate place to discuss what my personal situation is. But let me assure you, we're not in violation. Management has stopped us, and the Light and I are spending hundreds of dollars every month to control things. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Next is the Breeze editorial board.
Good afternoon, I'm Lori Larson, Chair of the Editorial Board. What's up, Breeze? We have 8 members, and as always, we are looking for new members who have good grammar and spelling skills, who enjoy a challenge, and believe me, sometimes it's really a challenge. We want to share and to have others appreciate their creativity. It's nice to get something out. We put a lot of time and energy into what we do, and it's nice to have somebody come and say, we really like the magazine, or we really like the article you wrote. That can be something that all people out there can enjoy. And we like the people who like working both individually on their own and as part of the system. We have, as always, continued to explore new ways to bring people that are not on the board into the magazine. And this seems exceedingly appropriate for this month. We have started a new column that we are inviting, you will see in the new brief, because in October we're inviting members of the resident body to participate. It's why I love my club, group, or class. So we also want to say that not everyone who writes for the Breeze is an editorial board member. We invite homeowners to come to the meeting and pitch your ideas for a new column or for a new article. And just so you know, you can be an editorial board member and serve on a committee at the same time. That's okay. We have 2 meetings a month. We have the planning meeting is at 10 o'clock on the first Wednesday of the month, and the proofing meeting is on the 10th of the month. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is the communication committee.
Although the Breeze and the Communications Committee work very closely together, the Communications Committee is responsible for our website, and I hope that everyone here has had the opportunity to sign on and explore what is available on the website, which is fourseasonsbeaumont.org. The web address appears on the cover of every Breeze, which further shows that we actually do get along, print and electronically. To speak to the slide, you'll see that our website has been updated. We are constantly looking for areas that might be incorrect. We're looking for links that don't work. If you ever go onto the website and you click on a link and it says error, page not found, please report this to the committee, and our very able webmaster will take care of it immediately. He has done a fabulous job not only setting up the website, but working out all the kinks and adding information that people have requested, mostly committees, to be on the website. The other part of this is that we are still looking for new members. It's a fairly low-key committee. We are passionate about getting information out to all of our members, and we really appreciate people who do not have to be a web wizard. We have one. We don't need another one, but he might like a backup if you really like to play around on the web. So I urge you to come to our next meeting. Yes, which is coming up next week. And if you have any ideas of things you would like to see on our website, if there are any other websites you've seen that seem to be better than ours, although I can't imagine that for an HOA, please let us know. Please come to our meetings. Please enjoy browsing the website and seeing what we have to offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next is the Community Planning and Transition Committee. Melissa.
It might surprise you to know that I am not Colin Taylor, the chairman of this committee. He is out of the country and asked me to stand in for him today. We have a very interesting committee. We try to provide for the needs of all homeowners and the interests of all homeowners equally. And we are working on how to smoothly transition from the developers' involvement here to our own involvement. That's coming up in a couple of short years, so it's not that far away. We're a very active community. All of our facilities are used to the limit. Scheduling is always a problem, and we are looking for ways to help all of our homeowners have equal opportunities here. We think about how to repurpose spaces, how to remodel things, how to make additions and possibly even add new things. In this process, we send out surveys. Please respond to the surveys. What your thoughts are and your interests and your opinions are important to us. We do look at all of those things and take them into consideration. So don't think those things go into a black hole when you respond. We want your opinion and your ideas. We consider schedules and phasing and costs and multiple and flexible uses of everything. Speaking of costs, there are two costs that we consider. One is the cost to buy it, and the other is the cost to use it. You get that? We can buy something for cheap and then spend lots and lots of money using it. We don't want that. We want something that is usable for a long time at a low amount of cost. That's good, a good investment for us. Storage is a big issue. If you've ever tried to do something here and tried to find things in that storage room, you know it's a problem. We have off-site storage and on-site storage. We have considered freight containers, prefabricated units, stick-built units, everything that we can think of to store things. And it doesn't get easier, it gets more and more challenging. We also want to organize our storage better and optimize the space better and standardize our storage. You know that when you go into a storage room, 2/3 of the volume of the room is empty. Only the stuff on the floor is where all the storage is. We are working on ways to help that out. Food and beverage, decorating provisions for the ballroom. For as long as I've been here, which is since 2007, people have asked for a sink for the ballroom. It sounds like a really simple thing. We would like to provide that, and we have a way that we can do that, but we want it to be a good facility, a place where it is not a kitchen. We can't cook food, but we can prepare a place for food. This would be good for homeowners and for caterers, and we would like to see them come in and out of their own door and not shut things through the ballroom and have dirt and stuff all over the floor. Outdoor event center. We have been looking at ways to improve our amphitheater. Turns out that it's quite expensive to accommodate all of the needs that people have said they want there. Access.
ease of setup and takedown, sound control, performance area, place to dance up front and not step on everyone's toes. You know, all those things that have been a challenge. We are looking at possibly providing a new facility as an outdoor event facility. It would cost only about a third or a quarter of what it would cost to improve the existing amphitheater. So those are some of the things we're working on. We're very excited to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Willis. Next is emergency preparedness.
My name is Mike Mendoza. I'm chairman of the EPC committee. The first thing on my agenda had some proposals from Health there, and those have been put off to next month because they came in late, too late to be approved by the board. The second thing we're working on is trying to get together a conference between EPC, the Radio Club, and Neighborhood Watch, and possibly certain people to try to see what our emergency response will look like, what our response would be during an emergency, how our roles would, how each organization's role would play in that particular thing. Currently, I think I just have to ask the gentleman next to me that just finished speaking about space, because we've been asking for a little bit of room to store all our displays that have been kindly been displayed in Eric's office over there, but we'd like to find another spot to put them, EPC stuff, and also the stuff we're planning to do. And lastly, what we'd like to do is, at one of the board members' requests, because of, actually, I found out a month later that September was Emergency Preparedness Month, but October tends to be a very, very busy month for emergency preparedness because there are a lot of drills. There's hospital drills, there's a statewide emergency drill, and what we're going to do is, what I would like to do is talk to Cindy and try to put up a display and maybe change it 4 times during the month and show different aspects of emergency preparedness. I just got to get together with Cindy and select a spot and see what we can do. Next meeting is next Tuesday, the 18th. And anyone wishing to come, please come. We can always use more people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is the facilities committee.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Laura Tega. I am the secretary of the facilities committee. The facilities committee has been working on additional handicap access at the ports and at the summit. We have sought out bids to put in automatic door openers, and we're still seeking additional bids for that purpose. With regards to the roller shades and the flooring in the workout room, we did yesterday approve contract, not approve, the board approved. We recommended that we accept the bid from Mike's Custom Flooring. So we're hoping that the flooring and the shades will be installed prior to the holidays. But since the holidays are upon us, now we have the 4-month holiday season starting with Halloween, October, and everything runs together. So we may not have it, but that's what we're hoping for. We did present a proposal to the Finance Committee for the overhaul of the roof at the RCN building and at the lounge. And that should be on the agenda today, so it should be done. And aside from the slides, I would just like to say that those homeowners who present suggestions in the way, whether it's a suggestion box or you want to come to the committee, it would be really, really nice if, for example, if the issue dealt with the facilities issue, that we would have all of you come and object to it before we present it as a final proposal and get everybody upset. So if you put something in as a suggestion or you see an issue that you may not agree with, it would be very helpful to all of the committees if someone would come out and say, hey, we don't like that idea. of the Exhibit F committee. But it would have been wonderful if all of you, or many of you, had shown up at the architectural review committee and say, no, we don't like this. And maybe the committee would not have proposed that. I mean, I'm not here to elect your homeowners, but it's just something I thought about. The facilities committee also has, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody. I just thought we would like to hear from our community members on issues before we propose them, because it would be very, very, very helpful to do that. The facilities committee has several positions open. We would like to invite any homeowners who wish to serve the community to come out and possibly attend some meetings and join our committee. And if I offended anybody by my statement, I am truly sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the Finance Committee. Carlos?
Good afternoon. My name is Carlos Baumgart, and I'm here standing for Barry Kennedy. I'm a member of the Finance Committee and was the first guy that saw the land that has to be here. Okay, so we have the July financials, and year to date we're $11,000 in the hole. Not to worry, we're fine. We have reserves and cover the shortfall. Please note that our default foundation late fees, our rate is 0.66%, and 65% of associations generally have a greater than 5% uncollected fees. Our priorities for this part of the year is to develop the annual budget and submit it to the board for approval. We started the annual budget process on August 20th by meeting with various committees to find out what their priorities were, and we're packaging that and present that to the board. And at this time, we're requesting that the board approve the membership of Peter Shuttleberg to the Finance Committee.
Thank you, Carlos. As stated, Peter Shuttleworth has been the three.
I know Priya Shuttleworth served on the Finance Committee.
A second.
Moved and seconded to have Peter Shuttleworth.
Thank you. Next is Landscape Committee with Lynn.
Good afternoon. I'm Annette Simonson, Chairman of the Landscape Committee. I would like to step aside and speak to the audience as a resident here of 10 years. My whole life has been spent living in fire-prone areas. I lived in the valley, close to hills that burn every year. I lived for 25 years in the forest on the way to Ottawa. Over that time, I've become aware of the measures that the fire agencies have provided for us to keep us fire safe. And I feel extremely safe at Four Seasons because they comply with the requirements of the fire agencies to keep us fire safe. It takes many measures, and I'm just proud to be a member of Four Seasons Beaumont, because they do take care of us in that regard. Now, as your your Landscape Committee Chairman, I have so much exciting things to talk about. As you know, we have new color at the lodge front door because we've gotten rid of our our frozen, it starts with the same letter, our frozen yuccas. And so we're changing that out to have annuals, and we're excited about that. On the agenda today for the board is the cost of the gorgeous Palo Verde tree planned for the port's traffic circle. I was going to bring it and I didn't, but it's available in 8x10 gorgeous color Palo Verde. The nice thing we liked about it on the Landscape Committee is that it's lacy and you can see through it, so you can always see the cars on the other side. So that's another safety feature from using that particular tree. Our last meeting was, we had Rainford representative attending our meeting to inform us on the latest technology to provide more efficient repair and water distribution sprinkler heads. And this time they're very, very lovely. They look like a fashion sprinkler head. You've never seen that before. And also new technology, fairly new, but upgraded now, remote control operated water controllers. Say a water line breaks at 3 a.m. on Saturday morning, there's nobody here to turn it off. These controllers will turn off that particular water source until it can be repaired during normal working hours. You can imagine with all the trails and the large slopes that we have, what a nice way and efficient and cost-saving manner to address that. And so we're getting the bids on what those would cost us to do. The notice of the water break is sent to the designated person in that area who controls that on their cell phone. Thanks to technology. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay. Oh yeah, one of the things we really wanted to look at was if those pepper trees were going to be sending out roots. A lot of trees send out low roots and ruin where they are because they get sprinkled all the time. So we're having the arborist check that for us and see if the pepper trees at the lodge, both entrances back and front, are damaging that structure. So we'll be getting that information soon. And what else have I got? Oh, the picture. Trail D. This is a rendering, and it's on the board agenda today for 27 trees along Trail D. They will be placed appropriately, and they will grow the normal way trees grow, some a little faster than others, but these will provide a canopy for the walkers in that area once they get up and going. And landscape committee loves color, I think we all do, so we're focusing on drought tolerant, low maintenance, and very colorful trees. So there will be a mixture to make Trail D another wonderful walking area for our residents. We're just real excited about that, and it is on the agenda for today. I guess that's all I can think of, but be sure and drop your landscape issues in writing at the front desk, if you would please, or if you have an emergency situation with your landscape issues that you've noticed, let First Service know immediately during working hours. But it really is a good way to keep us apprised and go through the right people to get any issues of your own landscaping that is part of the HOA, not your private landscape. You can ask our landscape committee, which meets next Tuesday at 1 a.m., 1 p.m. Time I got away from here. And that was it. Our next meeting, we are always looking for people who love to walk and love to learn about our beautiful place. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Next is regulations.
Barbara Miller, Rules and Regulation. Revised wording for page 13 and policy B in our community guidelines. In the event one or more members of the association or board of directors file a violation report, the board would act as follows. Instances in which violation cannot be visually confirmed by management or the board of directors of the association. Require that a violation report be signed by 2 separate households that are within close proximity to the violation, or 1 household who witnesses the violation on facility grounds with either a photo or video documentation. Proposal form completed August 27, 2018. Resubmission of the proposal form 2079 completed to include entire wording regarding a guest operating a golf cart. Guests must be 18 years of age with a valid driver's license to be in compliance with the City of Beaumont, plus the wording, resident must accompany guest when guest is driving the cart. Revised wording, groups, page 6, item 2, groups of our community guidelines may include residents' guests, and this is directed to a group activity. New wording may include one guest per household. Proposal form completed September 7, 2018. We are currently reviewing clubs, groups, class, and our community guidelines, pages 4, 5, and 6 as needed. Goal is to make sure that all four-season activities are listed under correct heading, and club, group, or classes are complying with current guidelines. Residents always have priority when participating in an activity.
Thank you, Robert. Next is the safety committee. And Anita is not here, so social committee. Okay.
Okay, well, I want to thank everyone who participated in the fashion show and luncheon. I had a great time, and I hope everybody else did. Our models were fabulous, and they were all Four Seasons residents. Secondly, there's going to be a murder in the ballroom, and we are going to, not today, but we are going to have a masquerade murder mystery event, and we have hired a professional acting team to come in and do the acting. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's near Halloween, so costumes and masks are optional, and we're looking forward to that event. Tickets go on sale this Monday at 9 a.m. in the ballroom, so, and they're $30 per person. So come and join in and have some fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. And as Anita's not here, there's no community ambassador, but she did want to make sure that everybody knows that there's a AED CPR training that's open to all residents on Monday, October the 15th at 11 a.m. here in the ballroom. And with that, we'll go to Cindy.
Okay, what a great day. We are passionate here. We are passionate. That is what makes us so good at so many things, right? Right. That is true. That is why we have such a active adult community. Says the sign, right? All right, onward. I wanted to let you guys know, I can go ahead and invite anybody, right, for the PFW MIA.
A lot of side.
Yeah, right? Okay, so in case some of you were unaware, Four Seasons is highly active when it comes to supporting our local veterans. And on September 21st, we are going to be celebrating POW MIA Day. And a group of veterans from Four Seasons, as well as the RVers and the motorcyclers, certain RVers, motorcyclers, and the Veterans Roll of Honor group, we'll be meeting here at 8 o'clock in the morning, right?
Assembling day.
Assembling at 8 and leaving at 9?
8:30.
8:30, okay. And leaving at 8:30, and we're going to be going to the Redlands Cemetery, where we will be doing an honor for, how many grave sites?
26.
For 26 grave sites of veterans that have been adopted and that are going to be recognized during that time. We'd like to invite, there's so many vets out here, and so many folks who really enjoy supporting the veteran community. We'd like to invite any resident that would like to go with us, grab your car, come along with the cavalcade and join in on the ceremony. It's very welcome to do that. Next, guess what tomorrow is? Friday. It is the ever popular art show. All right? Some of you guys have been massively shocked going to art shows here in the past to see what incredible artists and talent we have in this community. So if you have not had that opportunity yet, please feel free to come. You will shock yourself. You will be really enjoying the beautiful artwork that'll be on display. And I always order up great appetizers. So have some appetizers. Feel free to bring your own favorite beverage, shall we say. And yes.
Is the artwork including photography also?
Yes. Because we consider our photographers artists. They are artists, okay? So you'll be seeing some great things. And guess what? I have a really killer pianist coming, and he's going to be doing sort of background music, but he's also takes requests and just a fun guy to be doing the piano. So all in all, it's going to be a really neat culture, if you need your culture shot, fun activity. So come on down, it's free. Bar. You're also welcome to, because I'm going to have some tables all set around the ballroom here. You're welcome to even bring your dinner in if you want to from Smitty's. The seating is going to be somewhat limited, but we will be able to fit at least 100 people. So the main event though is the art. You're really going to love that. All right, next, amphitheater concert series. Oh, boo-hoo, it is ending. Our great grand finale. Oh my God. If you haven't seen the Kelly Ray Band yet, you have to come. Right, Mark? Okay. Mark is Amphitheater Production Group Chairman. And oh my God, thank you, Mark. He negotiated with this band to get them at a price that we could afford. Stolen from Stagecoach. They're totally great. And we have some secret extra entertainment, like we are going to have a calf roping contest because we know we have a lot of cowboys that live here. So if you would like to try your hand at roping a calf, there's a prize for it. So we will be having our calves. And that's at 6:30, by the way, so come early. You know how some people, we always say, don't come too early because you can't set your chair up before 10 o'clock. But if you're there at 6:30, which almost everybody is, you get to participate in or watch the calf roping. And if you bring, you happen to have a really awesome cowboy hat, wear it. Because there's going to be a cowboy hat contest with a prize. Hello. So come on down and do that. It's going to be super fun. 7 o'clock. That's this Sunday. And don't miss the last finale. I'm so bummed it's ending. It's been so great. So anyway, see you then. See you Sunday. And next, the HOA garage sale, just going to put a quick plug in for that again, is taking place on Saturday, October 6th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here in the neighborhood. And it's only $7 to get your permit to participate, the city permit. So right now you can go and sign up for it at the lodge desk. Feel free to do that. And the last Gale Games of the year. If you haven't been a part of the Gale Games this year, they are so fun. So you're welcome to come down for that. This is going to be called the Name Game. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, right? We did Password. That was super fun. Come down. The Name Game is a group participation thing. So you can't have an excuse to be bored on Friday, September 21st. So come down, bring your favorite beverage, bring your dinner from the bistro if you want to, and enjoy that fun, free thing, and prize with it too. And finally, I know this was a long one, the Performing Arts Club is presenting the Love and Marriage play on Friday, September 28th, and Saturday, September 29th at 7 p.m. So if you saw the first play that Michael Rothberg produced, then I don't need to speak further because you'll be the first ones to go to the lodge desk to pick up your free tickets. The free tickets will be available starting on Friday, September 21st, that's like a week before the show, at the lodge desk. Just remember, you have to pick your preferred night. You can't get for both of them, okay? Because we only have 300 seats for $300 for each one of those nights. So anyway, so there you go. Great, great month this month. Yeah. So there.
Next is the management report on pages 63 through 79 are the management updates and activity log. And then on pages 80 through 247 are communications. No action for this kind of list. Okay. So next up is unfinished business. First is the architectural guidelines. And page 248 is where that starts. These have gone out for 30-day comment for civil code.
We have flagpole.
I mean, a flagpole, instead of having all the guidelines, so many feet, whatever, try to amend it, just say whatever the Beaumont regulations are regarding the flagpole is what we adopt. If you start putting in numbers and everything, and Beaumont decides to change their guidelines, then we gotta change ours. We can just put down that our flagpoles are gonna meet the Beaumont guidelines, and we're covered. So, let's make that motion.
Second.
We'll move and second that we, as part of the art guidelines, so we do change the wording for the flagpole to just something to follow the city of Beaumont guidelines. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. We have to vote on all the art guidelines.
The rest, yes, unless you want to, if you're going to pull out the exhibit F.
Exhibit F or pull out, or we have to vote to pull out.
I think it's clear to vote to pull out.
Okay.
Yeah, I make a motion that the guidelines that we're voting on, the architectural guidelines, that at this time, pull out exhibit F, not vote on it at this time, until we get further clarification on the issue.
Moved and seconded that we take the exhibit F proposal out of the art guideline package under review. All in favor? Motion carries.
Thank you. Next would be the panel tennis court guidelines on pages 270 through 271. They pulled that out or to approve. Would that pull that? Pull that out. Okay, I got that out. I'm sorry.
We have a proposal to vote on remaining art guideline package.
Just on the architectural guidelines.
This would be
Just the ones that are on the package.
This would be for the rest of our guidelines. So the flag will be
Pickleball or not in art. Oh,
this would only be for the architectural guidelines. Not for the rest. The other ones are flags.
so
that go to the rest of the art guidelines, with the exception of the flagpole and with the exception of exhibit. The flagpole has been, nothing. Okay, if we move to second, that we vote on that the art guidelines omnibus package to include the revision of the flagpole and the removal of the exhibit F. All in favor? Removal of exhibit F from the podium. Not removal of exhibit F. Not the vote of removal of exhibit F. No. That's what remember the package. It's not. It's not exhibit F. Or exhibit F. Yes, thank you. You understand?
I think so.
Okay, all in favor? Motion carries. Next is the travel tennis court guidelines.
Pages 270 through 271. Again, this is gone for the required 30-day comment period for all owners.
I make a proposal to accept the new guidelines for
what?
Paddle tennis.
second.
I'll second.
We move to second that we accept the revised guidelines, or the new guidelines for paddle tennis. All in favor? Next is pickleball.
Pages 272 through 273. Again, this is gone for 30-day comment.
I'm going to make a motion that we accept the picture guidelines as presented here on page 273.
I'm a little concerned about one issue. The cell phones are prohibited on the course. I can see that we can turn the cell phones off, but if there's some kind of emergency or some situation that they may need, the cell phone would be able to help issues or something. I was thinking that we could change the wording to that it must be put on silent or whatever, but not that it totally prohibited from being on the course.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you want us to do. You want us to amend the wording or to send it
So I
back?
suggest we amend the wording.
Okay. You want the wording, the amendment to read?
That cell phones cannot be, that the phone needs to be turned off during play. That they are allowed.
For the players or for people in the room?
Well, it says cell phones are prohibited on the courts, period. It just says that.
Yeah.
I think that that's going too far. I think we should say that cell phones need to be
Cell phone usage or ringing or being silent or what?
I don't think the cell phones need to be silenced during that play.
Okay. So we have a second to your.
I'll second the amendment.
Okay, move to second that the cell phones, placed on silence, in the pickleball court area. All in favor of that amendment? Motion carries. Now, as far as the rules and guidelines, pickleball court, the amendment, is
motion to accept the amended rules for approval.
Second. Moved and seconded to approve the amended rule of guidelines. All in favor? Ping pong.
Those can be found on pages 274 through 275.
I move that we accept the revised guidelines as presented to us by the King County.
Second. Moved and seconded to we accept the ping pong multi-purpose guidelines. All in favor?
Next is the operating motorized devices. Rules and regs would like to modify this to say that the resident must be present in the golf cart at all times. I should go back and propose it for yes. But that should go back up for comment.
I make a motion that the resident must be present in the golf cart when it's underway.
Moved and seconded to modify the rule to say the resident must also be in the golf cart when it's under operation. Or underway. Excuse me. I'd say under operation. All in favor of that amendment? Discussion?
Advisory Committee accepts money from that.
He's a vendor, so he would not fall under this. As far as having a resident in the golf cart. Correct.
All in favor of the amendment?
Amphitheater guidelines. Let's go on.
Okay, let's vote on the revised rule. I have a motion. To accept the revised rule, must be under operation as opposed to the time period. We voted to change the word, we haven't voted to accept. We have a second.
I will make a motion that we accept the rule as revised to express under operation.
Second.
Moved and seconded to adopt the rule for all motorized vehicles to include the revision just approved. All in favor?
And last under unfinished business is the amphitheater guidelines, pages 277 through 278.
I propose to accept the rules for the amphitheater as proposed.
Second.
Moved and seconded to adopt the rules. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you. On to new business. First on new business, on pages 277 through 285, is the ad hoc committee charter and also the membership of the ad hoc committee for the off-leash area. So I need two motions, one to accept the charter and then another to accept the members as presented.
I'll make the motion that we accept the charter and we accept the rules as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept the ad hoc committee charter membership. All in favor?
And I need another motion for the members as presented. That was for the charter.
Make a motion to accept the members for the ad hoc committee.
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept the members
Facilities Committee to lodge roof repairs. They spent many months going back between several vendors fell out. Total cost is $26,000. And this will be a reserve expense. 286.
I recommend we approve the expenditure for roof repairs to be capped at $26,000.
I second.
So moved and seconded, their work, launch,
Thank you. Next is a proposal from the Landscape Committee to install a Calvary tree at the Breckenridge Circle. It's on pages 314 through 316. Total cost of the Calvary budget for landscape extras is $1,055.
I recommend that we approve the expenditure of $1,055 for the Calvary tree at Breckenridge Circle.
Second.
moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next is a proposal again from the Landscape Committee on pages 317 through 318 to plant the 27 trees on Trail B at a total cost of $8,383.50.
Approve the expenditure of $83,350 for 27 trees along Trail D.
Moved and seconded, we accept the landscape proposal for planting trees. On Trail D, $3,380.50, all in favor? Oh, question.
When those trees are planted, are they going to be planted in such an area where the canopies, once they're fully built, will be that 20 foot between each canopy?
Yes.
According to the fire code?
Yes, I walked the trail twice with the landscape committee and with the contractor that was installed in all these rules have been considered. This is a drawing to approximate where they're going to be, but it will be close to 3, and all of the required distances for the fire codes and all of the considerations will be.
The reason I asked is I'm looking at the thing here, it looks like the canopy is touching, that's why.
Yeah, right, well, that's, he did, the contractor did that himself on
Yeah. Okay, all right. As long as the trees are planted, needs to fire code, then I have no problem.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Pages 319 through 320 are the next item on the agenda for the guest policy change for the Rules and Regulations Committee. This will change the wording so that only one guest per household are permitted when the purpose of the visit is a group activity. Residents will still have the opportunity to have 6 guests if they're family or visiting.
So this will only be for group activities, correct?
It would only be for group activities. One guest per household.
I would propose that we accept the wording that's up there on the screen, all the comments that were made, that includes only group activity. And it doesn't include family.
This would need to go out for 30-day comment before it can be adopted or adopted. Just like the other rules that were in unfinished business, this will go out. Homeowners have the opportunity to comment, and then the rule will then be either amended or rejected or approved.
Okay, so all we're working on now is to state it goes out of line.
Yes.
Right.
I'm glad you're asking.
Who's, comment, all in favor?
Next, also for Rules and Regulations Committee, on pages 321 through 322 is a change to the form and a change for the wording of that so that two owners can submit a violation form or an alleged violation representing two separate households within close proximity to the violation, or one household who witnessed a violation on facility grounds with either photo or video documentation.
And we were approving this, or we're approving this to send this out for comment?
This would also go out for comment. And the whole purpose of the two residents to have a violation is so that somebody can't just be mad at their neighbor and say that their dog's barking.
Well, I understand why we're doing it, that's the format. We're agreeing to send this out for comment.
Yes.
And I would like to propose that you send that, those rules out for comment.
I'd like to have one thing if possible. I'd like to have that two people who do the complaining, the violation has to actually affect them.
Yes, it's that's part of the wording that it has to be within close proximity to the violation. It affects them.
But it could be in close proximity and not affect them. What he's saying is that it has to be.
It has to affect, you can't have somebody down here and then the violation takes place 2 miles away and somebody just has somebody else sign up on a complaint, or a friend sign up on a complaint. That's all I'm saying.
Well, even if you're talking close proximity, like a few houses on the street, somebody could be quite a ways away and not really affect them, but they're still kind of in close proximity, and you have to define what close proximity means.
True. Well, I think we just amend to where the violation has some effect on them. It doesn't matter if it's close proximity or not, the violation has to affect them.
Well, I think the difficulty the Rules and Regs Committee said is that we were having people, one person was affected, and then that person was getting someone on the other side of the community.
Right.
So I think tie ourselves up at our own underwear if we're trying to find close proximity. We can use common sense in this. And is it 2 lots over or 6 lots over? And if you're on a cul-de-sac, then the impact may be greater than if you're not on a cul-de-sac. I think what we do is we'll send this out for comment, let's send it out for comment, let's see what comes back. Because the Rules and Regs Committee had a difficult time dealing with close proximity. We didn't want to have some complaint of being on one side of the community and the incident on the other. So we put it, they put it in close proximity. And we wanted to let it go, let the community comment if they have a problem with it.
I mean, whether you're upland or downwind, and the dog business there. I have a hard time with close proximity too.
Well, I even have to accept some other words, but a lot of people think there's already can't put any better.
Well, I just thought if the violation actually affected that person who's complaining.
Well, then what do you do? If it affects my neighbors, but my neighbor's too shy to say something about it, then I'll talk to them.
Let's send it out, maybe we can get some comment, maybe we'll be cleared up by somebody.
Send it out for comment.
Send it out for comment, okay.
And I like to move to send it out for comment.
Yeah, I said.
Move the second, we send out a violation for comment all in favor.
Thank you. Next on pages 323 through 326 is a request for a speed survey approval from the Safety Committee. We've done this in the past. We've modified some of the streets based on that survey. The Safety Committee wants to see see if that has affected people. And then also add some new areas since the Loop Road is now closed with a new bridge. This would do a speed survey for 1 week at 11 locations, at a total cost of $11,700.
I have some problems with this. Spend the 11.7, and does anything change? I'm not sure why would I slow down or speed up as opposed to the survey.
Well, part of this big survey will be to lay the foundation for getting the stop sign at the end of Crooked Creek where Highland Springs is. It will identify the number of cars and trucks that are using that exit on Highland Springs so we can go to the city of Beaumont and maybe get a stop sign out there at Highland Springs. And without some sort of a speed survey authenticating it, it will be difficult to do that. We also want to know what the change in traffic pattern is for the traffic circle exit as opposed to what it was the last time we did the survey. And if we ever want to have the police come in here and get tickets, we have to document the current speed survey and what's happening between Plymouth Rock and the New Bridge, Crooked Creek. I don't think there's a car going over 40 miles an hour downhill now. So we have to do this periodically in order to get traffic monitored properly for police action and work on the stop sign Highland Springs.
We can't put a stop sign in without city of Beaumont's permission.
Well, it's a city street, Highland Springs.
You come down Highland Springs, go Highland Springs, have that area.
If we put it in without the city's permission, there's no enforcement by the city.
So, again, what areas are we surveying?
Mostly it's in new areas. Phase B and what's going on down there on Green Creek Trail and the traffic circle at Crooked Creek.
And so the survey, the proposed action we would take with stop signs or any other action are going to be in areas that are in the